Well, it's really great to have you along on this Friday evening. What's happening right now, you probably felt it much of the day. Still going to be cold out there, but not quite as cold as it was this morning. Dry conditions for your Friday evening, so I don't have any travel concerns. So mind your time and be cautious out there on the roadways as you zip around with the busy holiday hustle and bustle already starting to unfold. And what's new, snow chances out there, they're going to be likely Sunday. So we're going to end the weekend with light snow that will be falling. And then next week, I'm going to call this a parade of clipper systems. They're going to make their way into the area. We will have multiple rounds of wintry weather as we get into next week. A little bit of a glimmer of some clear skies before the clouds do increase tonight. And there will be a chance we get a couple flurries by daybreak or close to daybreak on Saturday. Nothing that's going to impact travel as we go across the area. We are in the 20s, low to mid 20s. We may drop back into the upper teens briefly this evening, and then we'll actually rise as we get into the morning on Saturday, back into the low and mid 20s. Did reach sub-zero readings this morning. And look at this, 2 degrees below zero. It tied the record low. You were at 3 in Bowling Green, 1 in Findlay, 5 below in Defiance. And we did expect the coldest weather would be west of I-75, and that did materialize. Now, not nearly as cold Saturday morning, mainly cloudy skies right around the mid-20s, and we'll edge into the low 30s as we go into the afternoon. Then by Sunday, I am expecting a little bit of light snow to be falling, and not a big impact. Minor travel disruptions due to just some wet roads or a few slippery spots on untreated surfaces. I can tell you much of the weekend will be dry. There's a few flurries out there Saturday morning. It's just a brush of a weak system, but my attention is going to be more to this system on Sunday that comes across the Midwest and Central Plains and eventually arrives into our area by Sunday morning. By mid-morning, I suspect it's going to be snowing across the area. That snow will pick up, a steadier light snow, and likely to result in some minor accumulations on Sunday, and it will likely be an inch or less. So an hour-by-hour look at the snowfall accumulation. Much of this is going to fall early Sunday morning and through Sunday afternoon, a ½ an inch to an inch of total snow accumulation. But the snow cover across the United States, I find this data just fascinating. We have more snow cover right now than any point in the last 20 years this early in the season. About 45% of the country snow covered. To see a year that was greater at this point in early December, you'd have to go back to 2005. And we officially have 8.5 inches of snow that has fallen so far this season, and we do suspect more is going to be coming in the week ahead. Tonight, lows briefly into the upper teens, but should be rising into the low to mid 20s by the time they reach daybreak. 32 the high Saturday, couple flurries, better chance of snow out there Sunday, and it will amount to an inch or less of an accumulation. Sunshine Monday, back in the mid 20s, and a clipper system Tuesday, another one Wednesday, and perhaps 2 more out there, one Friday and Sunday. You get the picture. It stays active, and each one of those systems essentially acts to just reinforce the cold air. So anytime we try to dig out, take a step forward, we just get hit again with colder winds that come out of Canada. So it's going to be quite some time before we see temperatures make it above freezing for a sustained time.
And going down to Wednesday, when you see that 36-degree mark, that's kind of one of those dicey areas where it could get kind of gross out.
That's actually the strongest clipper system that comes through. We do suspect it tugs some warmer air up, at least initially, that gets us above freezing. But really anything on the table there could be a mixed precipitation, some rain, some snow, even a little ice possible. So watch next week on Wednesday. It'll be a clipper system that comes in with a little bit of a punch.
All right.
Thanks,
a dicey December. Thanks, Chris.